YouTube, man, it never goes live without like 3 or 4 extra clicks, and if you click too many times, it doesn't go. But all right, so we didn't get all that on YouTube, but now it's on there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, it's all good.
The hell with it.
It is what it is.
So that I gotta go make sure I muted everything, because if I didn't, all kinds of hell's gonna break loose. That's fine. Okay. And I don't do that anymore. So I'm sorry. It's 200 degrees outside. That's not heat. That's horror.
It's not 200.
It's 100.
It's 100.
You say that like that's not a problem.
Well,
See, that's why I exaggerated, just to trick you into saying
no,
that.
I mean, well, if you really say it 200 to 100, then it is pretty cool out.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I was wearing my Vans out and I was talking to the neighbors about the power nightmare this morning, and I'm standing on the road and my feet are starting to bake. Like I can actually feel my feet starting to get uncomfortably hot.
In your Vans, not on bare feet.
Yeah, bare
you
feet. I'd be
couldn't
screaming
have-
like a girl. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way. That's the thing, like they
Why are you picking on girls?
because they scream like I do when I'm upset. It's very high pitched. So, not
yeah,
like,
but
I'd say women, girls, like that, haven't hit puberty yet. Everything's still kind of like high pitched and loud.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little hard in the middle of the day to take a walk, like for an afternoon. You'd have to come home and take a shower before you start at work.
Well, it's like being in Florida.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, my goodness. When we were in
That's why I don't
Tampa
live there.
last, we had to take like 4 showers a day. It was just so humid.
If you don't, you'll die anyway of malaria or like crotch rot or God knows what else down there.
It's not that
Fucking
bad.
horror.
We
Oh,
like
yes, it is.
We like it there.
It's funny because I was out. What was I doing? Like yesterday afternoon, we had to put a couple of pieces of furniture out So I took them out a little early in the middle of the afternoon, around 2:30, and I'm walking them out to the curb, and I'm like, oh yeah, we used to dress for PE in this kind of heat. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Florida, I always had PE like first or second period.
Yeah.
So I could share that with everyone for the rest of the goddamn day.
Well, we were required to take showers after.
We were too, but I mean,
No, they didn't do it in our school, but they didn't let us out very much.
Oh, really?
no,
Yeah.
they did it to us, but I mean, we used to play in thunderstorms and rain and mud and anything. They didn't care. You had a shower or you failed.
Yeah, we were required to get wet.
Yep, yep.
That's
And
for sure.
it was bad because I had never had to do that before. So when I went to Florida, it was the first time I actually had to get naked in front of people.
Yeah, like the group shower.
Yeah,
That
so-
wouldn't have
Like
worked for me.
prison.
Oh, I didn't like it.
No, I
First
wouldn't
day
be able to
I
do it.
walk in.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, there was a group shower. I mean, they did
No,
have
no,
individual
no,
showers in the girls'
Oh,
locker
we didn't.
room,
It was like prison.
but
They had showers.
they had a big group shower, but then there were only a few, let's call them stalls, of individual showers for those times when the ladies,
Yeah, I
they,
wish.
So they, they just did it so that there was some privacy. But
No,
no, there were group showers like prison.
Yeah, we had nothing. It was like, and you couldn't take a towel in because if the teacher would stand there and watch, if you took a towel in, you'd fail. You get an F for the
Really?
day. Yeah, you get a 0 for the day. And I remember the very first time I walked in the shower. I'm walking in, and there was a guy, one of the hillbillies I went to school with, was with a seemingly very been raised by Bugs Bunny. I was like, I don't get erect in front of other fellows. He wasn't happy about that answer,
No.
so that caused some
You
trouble.
should put that on the Florida.
Oh, that's. Yeah, I don't know which one to put that. A Florida man or the gym.
Right,
man.
or yeah.
It works for both. That reminds me. Beer.
Yeah, of course.
I had to make sure you're.
Isn't
gonna,
that why we get together on Tuesdays?
I wanted to make sure you were going to be here for this one.
Yeah.
This is a special one this time.
So I'm trying to find music to play so that it'll drown out the cat.
Oh, you don't need to drown out Franklin. He's part of the crew.
Franklin Delano.
No way. I love this.
Get out of town.
No way.
Florida man, double IPA from
Oh,
Cigar
you're
City Brewing.
kidding.
Yep.
You're
I
kidding.
had to get it.
This is so fun.
It's going to be so bad.
Guitars or
Get
guitar.
cigar.
Yeah. See,
I-
I have guitar on the brain.
I've gotten stuff from them before. They have a brown ale, and I can't.
I know.
I can't
know.
like it.
Oh, it is
Because-
Nance. We were near this place,
Yeah.
Cigar City.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't like this
Tampa.
place because.
Double IPA.
Hello, Patricia Phillips.
And
Hello.
Isn't this like an alligator skin at the bottom? Isn't that
Probably.
what it's supposed to?
Or just some hillbillies
Welcome
boots. It's
to
hard
Florida,
to tell.
the
It's Florida.
Sunshine State.
No, you got to get pretty far out of Tampa to get into hillbilly country.
Oh, I was outside of West Palm Beach. There were hillbillies.
What's up, buddy?
I mean, they weren't hills. They were just billies.
What's up, buddy?
Swamp
Oh,
billies.
there is is that a crocodile alligator? I don't
Alligator.
think I really know the
No
difference.
crocodiles in Florida.
Okay.
So Florida, man,
That's-
it's a double IPA, and
Oh,
I had to bend to get this one because I don't like IPAs. But
And it was on the bottom shelf.
no, but I
You
had
didn't
to-
say bend over.
I had to bend my soul just to purchase this because I wasn't real happy about that. So, oh man, it
See,
smells
I think if you
smells
if
like
you
janitor
went,
in a drum.
if you went down with us, stayed at my mom's community, and then we went to Universal, you'd have a good time.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, I mean,
Halloween
I
Horror
don't mind
Nights.
going down there once in a while. It's being down there for more.
I love this. So Paul just made an amazing dinner on Sunday. So
I didn't put it on Facebook though.
on occasion we will do like a seafood with steam clams, shrimp,
That's
and
good.
he makes this base that we take sourdough and like sop up the juices with veggies and what is it, shallots. Oh my gosh, just
Celery, carrots, onion.
butter, like two
Butter, right?
sticks of butter.
Some
you know,
olives.
it's really good stuff.
Um,
And he brews it with an IPA or whatever beer.
whatever
of
beer.
choice.
But we
Yeah.
that was the first time we used an IPA. I think this weekend. Usually I'll do like a wheat ale or just regular beer. Or a pilsner is always good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
That's
But we did the
terrible toothpaste.
The IPA was cool with it.
Yeah, usually you can
And then
bake
I
off
put
the horror.
I put in Old Bay, of course. I put in it's like three tablespoons.
Yeah.
And it's a vat. It's like, I don't know how many quarts this is, but
Yeah, I
that's-
have one of those. I have like a big old like witch's brew pot. My
Yeah.
mom gave
Yeah.
me. Yeah, she's.
I mean, it's filled 4 inches of vegetables,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it cooks down,
Oh
and then you throw in
So good.
your clams, and at the last minute you throw in some shrimp so it doesn't overcook, which I overcooked it. that I screwed up.
That you always overcooked.
I should have thrown it in like the last 60 seconds. That's all it needed. And we also put in portobello
That's
mushrooms
good.
this time, which was it we had never
Oh,
done
I
before.
love mushrooms.
And then you just sit there with a beer and you're dipping and
Yeah, we do it outside over
man,
the,
so
the fire
good.
pit.
Oh, cool. That would
Oh,
be a
that's
cool way
awesome.
to do it
We
too.
just sit there and do a big seafood boil.
I love it.
Oh, that's so
Fill
cool.
it full of like all the skeevy beer we don't want. This one would be a good.
And I learned
Yeah, this is actually good. Do you like it?
Mm-mm.
No,
I
you
love
don't
it.
like IPA
I
at
love
all.
I like
this.
IPAs. It's
it's
not.
not
Well-
it's not really IPA-y
It's not.
compared
Yeah,
to
if
like
you
others.
smell it. I mean, the smell is totally IPA.
It's what I expect Top Job to smell like and taste like.
It's not but it's got a good taste. It's not really bitter.
It's kind of citrusy.
Yeah.
Because I went out and got after we did what is it, Blue Moon last time?
Yeah.
Went out and got some Blue Moon Light, and we've just been sitting around out in the heat drinking that, and it's like, oh,
Blue
It's
Moon's
super
great.
hoppy and it's alcohol-y at the end.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
high in alcohol.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's an IPA.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's almost.
I like this.
Yeah.
We have to go to this place
Yeah.
if they
What's
have a
up,
place.
Mimi?
We,
What's up, Mimi? Come here. Come here. Oh,
See, I had a
my
problem with their
goodness.
brown ale because it's from Cigar City, and when I'm drinking it, it looks like I don't know, it's just like I was drinking
Looks
like a
like a
cigar.
turd.
Yeah, it was kind of funky.
Well, there's an old cigar making area in Tampa. That's what it's famous for.
So what do you rate this thing?
I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I really like this.
Yeah, I'll second that. I think that it's worth that little extra half, but not quite a 9. But yeah, you know what?
For an IPA, this is excellent.
It is excellent. I should give it a 9 just
For an
because
IPA,
this
it
is
isn't
awesome.
awful.
I'm gonna have to keep this can too because
I knew you were gonna say, well, you'll.
I wish I could peel it and put it on the table. I wish that I had a label for it.
I have
So
a
at
knife
some
in here, I can
point-
just cut it off.
I know how to strip a can. I do.
And
I used
just
to make
paste
flats
it.
at
I'm
work.
gonna just fill this
But
table with.
Someday we'll
stickers.
have to varnish the top of the table with epoxy,
Yeah.
which is not varnishing.
Not
but-
this
which will
table.
melt the shit out of this.
Not this table. Maybe if we got a wooden table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
There's a lot of pine sol in there.
What
lights off.
I didn't have many beers this past weekend though. when
No,
we were out.
just like alcohol, right?
It was booze. It was
Yeah.
a booze weekend. I
Well, you had gin and tonics.
had two Budweisers when we played our Saturday gig. So Saturday we played at the Smokehouse in Lansdale, old school, and Nancy was kind enough to take some video, and we posted some videos, and they are off to the races. We
We didn't have video of Bob.
we didn't have any good video,
Bad.
Right.
You know. So Saturday we
Sorry about that.
hello.
That was me. Sorry.
So,
So,
we definitely need some.
It's funny because they're taking off. We have 2,500 views on 2 of the videos we put up.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. And this weekend we have some crazy stuff going on.
I
Like-
saw that.
It's going to be like a neat weekend. So if you like Instinct and you follow Instinct, you can come and see Old School on Friday night because Terry is going to do half the night with us. She's going to be up on stage the whole night. She'll be singing backups too. As you know, they're going to assist each other, but her and Bob are going to be trading off the whole night.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. And I'm hoping the rest of the band comes. I don't know if they are or not, but if they do, clearly
Where's that?
That's at the 5-4 in Levittown. And then Saturday night we'll be at Free Will, and that night we're going to have Claire from Breaker.
Nice.
So that's going to be
I
interesting.
really like the smell of that place.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like the smell of Claire.
I've never met Claire.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think you've met her.
No.
I'm sure- she seems
no.
like she smells
She
very
probably
pleasant.
And
does.
he doesn't
But I
make a
don't-
habit of
I
going
don't
around
know. I
smelling
don't know if
No.
I ever smelled her
other
either.
ladies.
But I mean, I've only been to Free Will, but Claire was not there, and it did smell.
No,
very-
weren't you there? We sat it together, and then I had like a blueberry flavored
I remember
beer,
that. Yes.
and I forget what you had, but
The last time we were at Free Will, it was capacity to
oh,
capacity.
it was.
Oh, yeah.
it was elbow to elbow.
And I'm expecting this weekend will be not much different
Yeah.
based on what
I
I'm
felt bad when Fisher
seeing.
came. I thought there's no room for him here. There's gonna be
Oh.
no
Well, no,
room.
they
no
opened
room
up
at
the
end,
back.
just like his boss.
They opened the back.
Yeah, thank God. 'Cause that's where we wound up going. We flowed back there because people kept like stepping on us, and like like at one point,
Like there's lots of capacity for tables. They have lots of room
yeah,
throughout the whole thing. And
you just don't stand near the doorway.
hey, Carrie.
I like it there. I like it over to the side at that small table that we sat at because I can see him. I can see the entire band from there
Your
until
side of the table's great.
you're right. You're right. I should have gave you my side.
No, it's
But
fine.
I mean, it was elbow. You know, it was like standing room, and all the tables were filled. The back was filled. The front, everybody was dancing in the front.
Yeah, like people were coming.
It
in,
was
they would
crazy.
Just, like,
It was crazy. And I literally could have stood on the stool just to
Yeah.
get video. So this week I'm going to have to actually get there a little
You
earlier
need like a selfie stick you
so
can
that
fold
I
it up.
can make sure
well,
to
I'll,
get a
I'll
good
stake
table.
that table with my gear.
Yeah, if you can do that for me,
I'm gonna try and
because
do
that will be
But
great.
my boss might come, so if he does, then we'll
Oh,
have to
you
pick
know
a
what?
different
I'd
table.
rather
So be nice,
try to get
Nancy.
it a
Right.
foursome table.
We'll see.
That last one
He'll
over
let me
by
know
the
at the end of the
closet.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. But even so, if I'm over there, I'll come and do video in front
That's
because
cool.
I'll get the full sound.
Either that or get the one not in front of, not near the closet, but closer to the stage on
Yeah.
the closet side.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
not to be like.
it wouldn't have mattered last time because so many people were standing
Yeah.
in front of all the
Well,
tables.
I did post a video from the last time we played there
Mm-hmm.
with Dave McGuire. He guested
Yep.
in, and that video you can really get a sense of what was happening.
Yeah.
And
Well,
not
yeah,
to
that
be
was a
like
good show.
overly, old school, but there's a lot of gigs for the month of July. I mean, we're ending the month of June at the 5-4 in Levittown, and then we're going to Free Will, which we've been discussing.
Yay.
But then July 4th weekend, we're playing at Bella Brew in Perkiomenville. Then I have an Instinct show on July 12th at the Water Tower in Oaks with the Grim Jacks and
That's
there's another
that big
band.
old thing. Yeah.
And then the 13th of July, where the old school is at the Norristown Band Shell. I assume it's going to be done by then. If it's not, I guess they'll put something else up for you to play in. But and then we have a show
Franklin.
July 19th. We'll be at Screwballs, and we have a guest vocalist that night, Sean Gilmartin. So that's going to be interesting. And then we're doing the concert series in Langhorne on July 23rd. That is from 7 to 9 p.m. If you're from that area, you probably know where it is and what's going on. And then
If you're not, Google Maps.
then we're ending out the month. I'm going to be at the Water Tower twice this month. We're at Peppers on the 25th. And then we are at the Water Tower for a triple bill show, Old School Resurrection and Dog Bite Money.
Damn.
Which I think Freddie's going to come in that week or the week before again to do the promotions.
You going to get permission from Steve? Because
I don't know.
I don't want to get sued like last time.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was a rough.
Yeah, a lot of trouble.
Thank God we have a good
Hey,
lawyer.
Carrie's in town this weekend.
You are. Oh, you got to come out. So I don't know. Well, they're kind of a hike, Carrie. Levittown and Percy, I think is the Percy.
I don't know.
I should know. I work 5 minutes from there.
Is it Delco?
No,
Didn't sound like Delco.
no, it's up near Souderton, Telford, Souderton
Bucks
area.
County.
Yes. We haven't had a. This is going to be cool, man.
A lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit going on. So like, thing I like about Free Will and I hate it's at the same time is it's a 3-hour tour.
Like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. So you play for an hour and 15 minutes, you take 20 minutes off, and then you play for an hour and 15. And that's the night. So you spend
They have a lot of beer.
an equal amount of time setting up and tearing down as you do on stage. Well, at least for most of the band members. But, you know, it's cool. So it's going to be a busy month of July. Then August is not quite as busy. We have one really big show in August where we're returning to Sweeney's again on August 15th.
Nice.
I'm hoping that will be a wonderful show because it was last time it was sold out.
Did they update their stage and everything?
The stage is different, but it's the same footprint. They increased it.
But I mean, like if you open it up and going back into the wiring and stuff, there aren't cobwebs and like
no,
you know, like
no. Oh, so you haven't been there in a real long time.
notes about how hot Phoebe Cates was in Fast Times, things like that.
It's a whole upgraded system.
Okay.
It's a modern system with powered speakers. No,
That's what I thought. I thought they had
because
upgraded.
before they had the power amps in there,
Yeah.
you know, from the 70s.
Like I was afraid.
Literally.
Like I was doing something and the guy came down and he opened a panel up and we were standing there and I'm like, I don't feel safe. I just don't want to be next. It's like humming and hot and.
You thought it was gonna explode?
It sounded like I was watching
really
Buck
old,
Rogers.
big Crown amps from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, that was Art. He was special. Art the sound man.
Yeah.
You had to get to know him. He could be a little crusty.
Did you bring something else for yourself?
No, this is plenty. I mean, it's just.
I'll tell you what, Carrie.
I'm telling you.
I don't know if you're still on, Carrie, or not. But if you are on, and you are going to be in town this weekend, since we're playing at Free Will on Saturday night, I will make it my business to stop in at Screwballs on my way home.
Oh, there you go.
So, because I should be there fairly early, that early being 12:30 or so.
Right. That's not early.
Well, it's better than
Right.
getting there at 2
4.
o'clock and they tell me
Yeah.
to go home. But
Bye, Paul. Get out.
you know,
Yeah, he closes the place
you
down.
can't talk about that on the air.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
that's
No.
not,
Well.
I don't think that would ever goes on.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't know if we can talk about what
We're not
happened.
talking about that. You are. You're bringing.
You,
You're making.
yeah,
it awkward.
you're making it awkward.
No, I just
No, we
Sure.
know what we're doing.
Okay,
Hey.
so, but there's a lot going on with Old School for the month of July and the last two nights of June. I'm stoked, man. It's gonna be
I'm
some,
glad we got in Peddler's Village last
we did
weekend.
Friday night. Nance and I went to Peddler's Village.
Oh, just before it melted.
Yeah,
Yes.
before it melted.
Wow.
And then we stopped at a really cool place on the way back called Reese's Tavern, which is in
Yeah.
the Warminster area. And I had a meeting with them. And it was not a scheduled meeting, but I had a meeting with them about booking Old School. So Warminster, we might be in your neck of the woods soon. I do have to sit down and shoot them a letter with some dates. And we'll see what's what.
A letter, like a letter, and then you give it to a pigeon, and then they fly it there?
Yeah, that kind of letter.
or-
Carrie says she'll see me at Screwballs and we'll do a shot.
Oh, awesome.
I don't do shots, Carrie. I do martinis
Yeah,
at the end of the night.
Lots of shots.
there you go.
maybe I'll do a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of
We
shots.
could pick a nice.
As long as he gets home and one piece.
As long as I don't face plant into
Make sure
the
the camera's on and
flower
you
bed,
can-
everything's
Right.
fine.
No, make sure the camera's on because I need to capture it and need to record it.
Get that T-shirt
and
from
get it
AFV.
online next time.
Yeah. But I was really excited to get on the air and talk about this tonight.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
got a lot
rewiring
going
my
on.
pedal board. I'm in the middle of it. I have all new cables here. Let's see. Oh, it's nice
Are you
Fender
gonna hold up?
Ken-
I was
Fender
gonna say,
cables.
Dirty.
Yeah.
This is what life.
Yeah,
this is
this
the
is-
excitement I have.
I'm
look
sorry.
at that.
This is
all-
this is good
It's
stuff
all
for him.
wrapped up in cable and cord.
Nancy's going to
Yeah.
bring me home some sheathing.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him some
Come
cable
on, this is a
wrap.
hey, it's a family show.
Yeah, you know what? You've got to remind me of these things.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up zip tying everything together tomorrow. So, oh well.
Definitely sounds dirty.
No. Well, I'm working from home tomorrow.
Right, so I'm
I
just
guess
gonna be
if
zip
you
tying.
can't wait until Thursday.
I need to get this done.
No, you can wait.
No,
you're
no.
impatient with
no,
everything.
No. Thursday I might have band practice, and
I thought you had band practice tomorrow night.
I don't know what night it is. They haven't told me what night they're coming.
You told me it's Wednesday night.
I assumed it was Wednesday.
Oh. I mean,
Regardless, Studio B will
Simplified.
be filled.
it's
life.
one night. Okay.
Now, July 2nd, I have practice with Old School, but that's not here.
I have the electrician coming over.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. You know what? Who we have coming over tomorrow night at 4:00? We are having to cut our front tree down.
Maybe.
Oh.
Well, they're not arborists, so they're cutting it down.
Oh.
They're a chopping company.
The bark
not
separated from the tree
Yeah.
for about
So,
3-foot section up at the top.
the storm.
Oh.
It broke off a pretty big limb.
Who's
Okay.
coming?
Jason's tree service.
And they're not like
They're not
David.
arborists.
They won't look at it and go. I
No,
can-
there are people that say you want that down. Okay. Do you want the stump?
Oh, is this your
ground?
tree?
Right.
$1,000.
No, actually, they're really reasonable.
What am I,
We've
a
used
fucking
them in
botanist? Give me my money. I'll cut
we've
it
used them in the past. Our
I
neighbor
would like an arborist
Bob
to look
used
at it, but
the-
she's
used
jumped
them.
on it. So.
No, listen.
I can't imagine my house without a tree in front of it.
We're not
sucks.
gonna not have
Better
a
than
tree.
having a tree fall into the house.
I mean,
so.
how do you think we feel? Every Halloween, we have to figure out how to put stuff.
But
fly things
can you
down.
imagine the devastation to this house if that tree
Yeah.
goes into
We
our
lost.
house?
We lost. That little thing.
Have
you'd
you
be
looked at it?
surprised.
Did you see
When you
ours?
leave, look
I've
at
seen
it. It's huge.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, if it falls, yeah, it's bad anyway. I mean, ours was like that. It was getting to the point where I was like, "Shit, it's just got to go." Like, and then
Yeah,
we cut it
it's
down.
sad.
I'm like, oh
we
man.
we're very sad over it.
You don't seem as sad as I am.
Listen, you don't let go of anything. So even if they said, "Oh, it's not that bad," you'll wait till the storm comes and it knocks over into our house, and then you'll be like, "Oh,
Well, then you'll have something to hold on to.
yeah, maybe we should have." Yeah, we're definitely gonna get another tree.
Yeah, that's what we did. We went out and we got that little tree, that little Japanese cherry blossom tree.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, my mom bought
I would
one.
love to have a couple dogwoods.
Well, that's the thing. You lose this one, and then you go and get a dogwood. Go up to like Colonial Gardens,
Yeah.
that place
Yeah.
where we went on the Halloween thing. That's where we
Okay.
got our
Is
tree.
that where you got yours?
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But,
See, we'll have some fun hunting for a new tree. You'll like that. What I don't like
This
is
tree falling.
the thought of this tree falling at all, and
Yeah, I'll do it again.
the
I mean,
damage it
it's
could
weird
do.
because all the trees I thought were going to fall in the neighborhood have been cut down within the last couple of years.
That was our front window being knocked out.
It sounded like when I went to the bathroom this morning. I don't know why.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, bud.
The crunchies didn't seem to work.
They just gave him energy to.
Yeah, actually, it's his
Bribery gets you nowhere with him.
anti-anxiety. They have these,
They
these
got
little
marijuana.
treats that
Oh,
No,
they're
no,
like.
Can I score some?
They're not. You could try it.
Is it
but
like
I don't think you'd.
valerian root or something?
I don't know what it is, but it says like anti-anxiety, stress, and it's these little crunchy
The jug of ice cream.
treats that inside. But it tells you can only, based on their weight, you can only give them a certain number.
You don't want
per
them
day.
overdosing.
You got to give them more, just to see what it does.
That cat was
So-
overdosing. So,
So,
here's the video from that you shot the other night.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this is one of them. That's not as good a.
Oh my God, you tease.
I'm a tease. Let's see if this one. No, that's not it either. That's.
It's getting a lot of traction on that one.
Let's see. Maybe it was this one.
What's that so muffled?
It does sound very muffled.
Not when you play it on Facebook.
That's where I'm playing this from. It's the low end. The DQing. I like the people talking.
Yeah. I think there's something wrong with that guy's fries.
I mean, it looks like there's not a lot of people there
In the shot, yeah.
in the shot, but
It was
there are
pretty
people
crowded.
over here, and there's people over here, and there's people behind. So
I tried to get one of those at Free Will, a picture of like all the people. And
Oh,
it
we have one.
Well, just as I took
Yeah.
the picture I was taking, someone stood in front of me, and I just got black.
You
like-
just got their back.
It was so
back of their
crowded.
neck.
It was blacked out.
It was black.
Yeah, yeah. I remember those days. Do you remember the Peanut days and Molly
We were talking about the Peanut.
McGuire's?
I miss the
And
peanut.
oh yeah, I miss the Peanut too. That was
Peanut
a
was insane.
really good time. I remember the Rib House in the day where
Oh my God.
early years we were going there, and it was just hopping. You know.
But I think it was like that for everybody at that time, not just us. It was just the way things were. Things have tapered off in the last, well, especially post-COVID. The amount of people that go out to see bands of our age range has tapered
I
off.
think
They've died.
well,
there's
a
always-
few,
you know.
a few have, but I think I explained it to Alex last weekend about the people in transition.
The pits.
Like they have now found their who
true love.
who I'm growing old with.
Yeah.
And so there's not as many
Well, you have to be old as fuck to
singles
find that?
our age that are going out to the bar.
So you have to be our age and find the person you're going to be with forever.
No, that's not
No.
usually how it works.
I was
But
going to say.
but they
I
go
f-
they
I
go
fucked
out
this up
more.
So
So
the
badly then.
people that 10 years ago,
Even more, Nance.
even more, 15 years ago,
18.
we saw these
lifetime.
people, a lot of singles in going to see the bands.
I think it's just hepatitis has finally kicked in.
you
honestly.
think you think it's STDs.
Oh, absolutely. I've spoken to many of these people.
So I don't know, but it's just funny the evolution of old school over
Yeah.
the past 18 years.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely changed. I mean, it evolved. I mean, I remember back in the day, you used to have some woman who, and this is back like 2012, 2013, well, maybe like 2015, say.
We'll call that the golden age.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was one woman, I swear she would look to be about 60. Like, if she was hanging out with my mom back in the day, I'd have been like, that makes sense. She had, like, that giant, like our parents, like, it's like giant rack of torpedoes on top.
Yeah, yeah.
And she wore, like, spandex everything. And she
Oh,
had,
I
like,
remember
a giant
her.
lilt-covered bouffant hair. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
huh, look at that. That's,
Yeah.
well, hey, God
Yeah.
bless you.
I think I know who you're talking.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was like
You
had-
remember
There was
her.
a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was like it went from like that, and then you got a little bit younger, and then you had a core group of people, and then they were all told to not talk to me, and they left. And then
You're better off.
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying.
That's fine with me. I don't care. I wouldn't associate with anybody who likes to hang out with me. But but no, I mean, it always evolves. I mean, now
that means us.
well, you guys
I don't know what's
really.
going on.
We don't really count.
You guys do this for the money.
We don't really count.
That residual.
Yeah.
We're family. You can't get away.
I
from
know.
me.
That's right. You know. Yeah.
I went to my aunt had her 90th birthday party Saturday.
Oh, congrats.
Her daughter had her 60th birthday party Saturday, and I don't know, a nephew or somebody I actually had never met. I feel like kind of a dick saying that. He had his 30th birthday party, that same thing. So we went out to an elderly community. I don't know how to explain it, but a really nice one. Like blew that one from Cocoon away. Like really nice place. Like I'm looking at this like, fuck, this is like.
Was there a spaceship in the backyard?
I think there was actually, but
Okay.
it might have been that storm. I don't know, but like it was so nice. I mean, it was like this is what you do. You come here. You're like it's like
It's like a resort.
yeah. It was like you're on vacation permanently, and they're like, and somebody's like, yeah,
Pauline,
it's a
I wanna go.
55 or older, and I'm like, you shut the fuck up.
So Paulie and I watched, and I hate to say it, it's in Florida, and it's
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
They have
And it's
retirement communities.
It's a retirement resort community, and it's party every day. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, Paul's
My-
like, "Can we move there?"
My uncle did it down in Jersey. He knew everyone was getting laid. It was terrible.
Yeah, well, that's where all those.
I got these there.
Candy cigarettes?
Yeah.
They're back.
Are they back?
They had this. They did this thing. It was candy. It was candy from 90 years ago, candy from 60 years ago, and candy from 30 years ago. I thought it was really cool.
Is
And-
there a warning label that says "may
Oh,
cause dizziness"?
Yeah, they're asbestos flavored. So, but I got those.
I just saw something
Okay,
on Facebook.
beef gelatin.
Yeah,
What?
Jello.
Beef gelatin.
Yeah,
That's what Jello is made from beef
Cigarette?
bones.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
yeah, it is.
How come I don't know that?
Okay, so
Boiled
No, I'm
marrow.
good.
you
thank
ever notice when
something about the beef gelatin?
when
that
you make
got me.
gravy
Do you want to?
and that stuff comes up around the top after it's just in the
Yeah,
fridge?
no. I know the
that's
fat.
that's well. There's also a gelatin.
Jello is
It's
made
from
of beef jello.
it's made from the bones.
Yeah, you boil bones and make it nasty.
Okay. Go for it.
Take a bunch of turkey. You ever you roast a turkey?
Got a light?
No,
Just pretend.
you roast it. You gotta pretend. They're not the ones that blow smoke, but I don't want to get shit all over everything anyway. But you like you make a turkey in a pan and you let it sit too long, and it gets kind of congealed.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
gelatin.
Yeah, that's what they make Jello from.
Add a bunch of sugar
It's
and
derived
some color.
from bones.
I've learned something from the two of you,
Yeah,
which
Jello.
So now I
wasn't
learned
sure
about
I was
that
going
as
to
a
be able to
kid.
say that anytime.
I learned about that as a kid because meat and milk cannot mix together in Judaism. That's considered
Right.
kosher.
Yeah.
I learned that from the Ballad
And-
of Irving.
From what?
The Ballad of Irving,
Okay.
the song.
Oh. So, some uses of Jello are not considered kosher. Depending
Because
on how
of
you.
beef.
yeah.
Huh.
But look how cool,
I've
look
realized that my education that I received is not very good.
seriously, look how cool I look.
Yeah, you look really cool.
You look like you got a little skinny joint in your mouth. I'll just eat mine.
Someday we'll be sitting here doing the podcast with some
Ganja.
ganja.
We can do that.
Yeah, but we'll do fat cigars. We'll
What
do
was,
Cheech and Chong style.
As long as I'm not made out of dog shit.
What does the Philly Captain call this? Jazz cigarettes.
It's made of beef gelatin
Jazz cigarettes. These are terrible.
and starch.
Oh my
it
God.
said starch.
Yeah, there was a lot of starch in that.
No, thank you.
Ooh,
No
that's
thanks.
it. Actually is
It's mostly starch.
mostly sugar and then starch.
Right.
And then more
Yummy.
sugar. Ooh, tapioca,
I like tapioca.
See?
artificial. What the hell was artificial?
I'm like a
about that?
90-year-old person. I like tapioca
So
and rice
when
pudding.
you're old in that community, you can roll those up in your sleeve.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. At
Hey, want to smoke?
Look at me, I'm hot.
I did that at the party, and I was like, "Hey, you."
Yeah, I'm hot. I got my.
Beat the shit out of your.
But some of those communities are amazing. Nance and I.
Oh yes.
So we were visiting
Yeah.
my mom. I guess it was about 5 years ago at this point, right?
Was
We were,
it?
Maybe it was longer.
You want another one of those?
Yes.
Okay.
We stopped at a community that was across the highway from my mom's.
Ms. Nancy?
Actually, I'm good. I'm good for one beer. Actually.
So we stopped this community, and
All right, I'm going to do it just because I'm a masochist.
turns out that they have the largest inland sand beach pool in, I think, the
That's a
country,
lot of
potentially the
words,
world.
man.
At that community across the street, from my mom.
It's quite large. You can actually kayak in it.
It's crazy.
Can you,
And
wait, can you say that again?
Kayak?
No.
It's quite large.
Okay, I just wanted to be able to sample that.
Okay.
oh no.
Oh
use that
no.
use that for an intro later
Yeah,
on.
he's gonna do something.
I'm not gonna do any. I'm still stung by you guys not liking the ass eating contest intro from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I felt, I went to bed and I couldn't.
I think
sleep.
people just turned off after that. They were
No.
like, "Ooh, no."
God.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a big sandy thing.
Sandy Beach. She's a DJ.
Yeah,
also.
we almost. I almost convinced him to buy during pre-construction
Should've.
phase. That
should have, but we
in
could
that
have sold
community.
it because they were
I'm sorry, pre what?
pre-construction.
Oh, I
buying.
thought
Pre-construction.
conception. Shit.
So it was,
Pre-construction.
it was 300,
See, if you drink
300
more
to
of that,
three-
you're going to hear things you didn't hear.
Yeah.
300 to 330 for a buy-in. Okay, that's what they cost. Those houses now are selling for $700,000 to $800,000.
3-bedroom, 3-bath. One floor living.
In Florida.
In Tampa, in San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Florida.
Because if you can't get more right wing than that, I don't know how you can. San Antonio, Florida, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ! I mean,
it's more of a rural area.
Not
of
anymore.
Tampa.
Not
no,
anymore.
not anymore because it's very developed now.
Yeah.
But I really, we're just scaredy cats. We just.
No, I'm a
first-
scaredy cat. You're not.
Yeah.
You'll take a chance in a second.
my mother used to yell at my dad about that all the time. Like, you'd never do anything if it wasn't for me, you big pussy.
We don't have those kind of conversations.
No.
But we have something similar to
Similar.
that. It's just on a different level.
Or he just gets quiet.
She
and
calls you a
doesn't say anything.
sissy.
No, he gets quiet, and
usually I'm not quiet about anything.
when he's quiet about these types of things, I just keep moving forward as quickly as I can because he hasn't said no. So I have to just go because I'm not going to give him a chance because then it's going to be squashed and it could be great and I'm willing to take the hit if it's not great. But at the same time, you have to try, or it's always a no, right?
Yeah, I mean, my retirement plans are already done. We're here.
Yeah.
Because if I go to Florida,
Well, we are here too. We're not planning to move.
This was my retirement. I'm like, this is where I'm going to retire. Because if I go down south somewhere where it's warm, I will shoot people. And the other option is going up into the woods, into a cabin.
Well, why wouldn't you want to live here? Like, we have
it's
everything
perfect.
we need here. We have the mountains and we have the beaches and
Mountains,
we have the
beaches.
cities. We have everything around us within an hour
Constant
of anywhere.
fucking psychotic, messed up things
We
happening
live in
outside.
a beautiful
Low
community.
Taxes. Yeah.
And
Bar down the street. That's why we moved here. It's a bar.
it's very convenient. We have the best doctors you can get at any one of the hospitals around
I go to
us.
Phoenixville for that.
I'm going to throw.
You don't.
Yeah,
You do?
I do.
Oh,
What?
I don't like the
Okay.
doctors here. I walked into a doctor's office, the one over by the
It's
mall.
a joke.
we like
No.
Penn Medicine a
No,
lot.
I walk.
And
Penn Med is
Rothman.
No,
awesome.
I walked into
We
a
do
doctor.
like
I know.
Penn Med and we like Rothman.
I understand. I understand humor. I got that.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I went.
That's why I feel the
went
need.
into it was an Einstein place over by the Kramer near the mall,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we were going there as that was our primary.
that's our primary.
Yeah.
They were Einstein then,
Yeah.
and then it was
Now they're
They
Jefferson.
weren't doing anything to help Bree, and she kind
Yeah,
of almost
she
died.
was serious.
And so I had to get her out of that, and we had to get her over to we changed her over to Penn Med, and they're like, okay, we definitely have issues. We need the rest of her stuff to move forward. They wouldn't give us the records.
Hey, that office has
It's
issues.
horrible.
Now, I want you to imagine, if you will, an angry me walking into an office
Well, especially when your wife is so sick.
and slamming my hand down so loud it sounded like a gunshot and said, you will get me these goddamn things right now or I'll go back there and get them. And then I'll sue the shit out of you. Like, everybody in the office was
I'm going to sue you.
Well, I threw that in just so they wouldn't send me to prison, but I was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, it's for all the craziness. I'm not that much of an asshole. I don't yell at people, but oh my God.
Yeah, it's not great, but we visit so infrequently and we were told by one of our Penn Medicine doctors that love the one you're with. Because when you go to another primary, it may not even be better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that's what he said. He said, just get along because...
If you find somebody who's competent, stay.
Right.
Like we were at a place down here on First Avenue, and then every time, like, I had to change jobs or something, and our insurance changed. I had to go from one to the other, to the other, to the other. Mm-hmm. But it's weird. Like, you try to go, like, the one down here, I went to them since I was probably in my 20s. And they were great, then they sucked, then they were great, then they sucked again. And, even now, like the doctor we have now, the doctor is great.
It's the supporting staff that
has like we tried to get, Caitlin needed to go in, and she's like, I need to get a checkup. And they're like, oh, you're not a patient here.
Yep. That's what's happening. If you do not visit your primary within 3 years, they drop you as a patient and you have to start with another doctor.
And the problem was this happened it was like she was about a year out, COVID hit. Mm-hmm. Then she was doing a bunch of shit, and she's like, oh, shit, I need to get that. And by the time they could get her in, they're like, no. And so they're like, she's like, all right, well, let me be a new patient. Okay, call in 6 months, we'll get you in. 6 months later, she called in, call in 6 months, we'll get you in. I had an appointment with my doctor, and he's like, how's it going? How's Caitlin? I'm like, not fucking good.
Right.
And I told him, like, she can't get an appointment here. They told her she's not a patient. I'm pissed.
We went through a similar situation.
He was like, you tell them I said she gets an appointment as soon as possible.
Same thing happened. Paul went in, told the doctor the story that his ex goes there. Her husband, David, goes to the same doctor. Mm-hmm. And she said, when Christine went in, she told the doctor, she's like, Paul's trying to get in to see you. You are his doctor, but they're telling him you're not his doctor. She said, what? She went out to the staff and she said, he's calling to make an appointment. Get him in to see me. So it was because of another patient telling that doctor that one of his patients was trying to get in to see them that we were able to make the appointment.
Yeah, the staff at my doctor's office, the people that answer the phone, are kids still say shit? They're shit.
They're rude.
They're rude. They don't
scumbags. Want to be in that job. They don't like their job. No. They're not there to serve.
That's why when I walk in, they're like, "Hi, can I help you?"
Yeah,
I'm here for an appointment. My balls are all itchy and something's wrong. Can you guys come? I'm here to see Dr. Chan.
Right.
They're like, name? I'm like, yeah, okay, don't fuck with me.
Yeah. So, and then when Paul did get to see her, then she said, well, tell your wife to get an appointment soon.
Yeah.
Because again, I was going to go through the same thing.
Yeah, and you didn't do it though.
I understand the 3-year thing, but COVID
so you're going
to
go through it.
It was like you couldn't
get it. I'll just pick another doctor. As long as it's within the practice, I still have access to my medical records.
Yeah, with that extra
and their billing department there is great. Like, I love the billing department. Hopefully,
I don't know if she's still there.
The manager of the billing department is still there, but it's just the front desk. They just don't want to be there.
See, I'm lucky in that I go see an endocrinologist like every 6 months to a year, because like my hormones are fucked up and stuff, and it's weird that I've been to see the doctor I have now because like the one doctor I changed, the other one vanished to another state, and I have this new one. I've seen her like twice in Paoli, a bunch of times online, and then once in Radnor. It's like it hops around because they keep changing offices.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth it to just go to urgent care if you have something simple. And I know you pay a little bit more, but they can provide everything you need right there and without the hassle. Like you're literally in and out in 5-10 minutes.
They did scare me at one point. I went there one time. I had diverticulitis.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had that, it's like having appendicitis that comes back.
Yeah.
And I went there, and they're like, "What do you usually do?" And I'm like, "Usually they give me some antibiotics. It clears it up in a day or two." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we're not going to do that." I'm like, "Oh, okay.
What are we doing?"
Like, well, we're just gonna like give you some, just take some Tylenol for the pain. I'm like, "Oh my god,
That's not going to work.
like, are you serious?" Yeah. So I just went home and just didn't eat for like 4 or 5 days until it went away. Mm-hmm. Like I don't,
you have a pretty serious case of that.
Yeah, it's been good lately. I mean, as long as I don't just.
You have to avoid those foods that.
No, there's no.
There's just no reason. It just happens.
It's basically just if you don't get enough fiber, you can get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do that. So I eat enough fiber, I'm okay. So I haven't just eaten pepperoni all day in years. But yeah, I can usually feel like if I'm sitting around like one night and I'm kind of bored and I'm like, I haven't taken a shit in 3 days.
Oh my god!
I should probably take some Metamucil or something.
Well, why don't you take that every day to make sure it doesn't happen?
I told him to do that. I said,
well, he does it
and that's
though
because I was my recommendation. Dr. Perry
listen,
told
Dr.
him
Perry,
to do that.
That's what he does, and he does not have those.
I haven't had a problem since.
Issues unless I feed him a salad or something, and then
I can't eat kale.
Even a little bit. Like
Can't eat kale.
We had kale, very small amount, and he was like bent over,
Screwed up for days.
So terrible.
I had a salad for dinner tonight, and I was like, I feel bad. And Bree's like, why? I'm like, I want more salad. That was really good.
Yeah, but that is gonna kill
Regular
you
salad is
later.
not too bad.
No, it doesn't kill me.
No.
No, it was the kale.
Okay.
Does kale make you shit?
I don't know. It's greens,
It's
so
very hard to digest.
Oh, that's true.
I used to
Like
eat
lettuce and stuff is hard to
the
digest.
dried kale, you get
Corn,
like
don't ever eat corn if you have that.
I think that's how they make corn nuts. You eat corn, somebody
It's
takes
very-
a shit, and they
Do not eat
Oh,
corn
dude.
when you have that.
I think that's how it works.
It's like that cat coffee.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
a rabbit.
No, there's
That is
a
cat
There's a
coffee.
cat
There's
one too.
there's a cat
Oh,
one.
what's that?
It's-
Like all ammonia? Jesus Christ!
Oh.
No, it's
Oh.
coffee beans.
Curious Cars.
Why?
Yeah,
He had that. He talked about that.
Why would you do that?
Not only was it there, but it was also on Reacher.
Reacher, that's right. No, that's where we heard it last. Reacher.
And I heard about it at work, of course, because I work at a place that makes packaging for coffee, so we hear about these stories all the time.
But I mean, if chinchilla diarrhea was apparently really tasty, would you?
They're not
try it?
eating the diarrhea.
No,
I know
we
what
haven't
they're doing.
had any
I know
of
what they're
it.
doing.
It's a
with it.
fermented bean.
We
I
have
know.
not had any of it.
Just saying.
Yeah, I have no interest.
We have our brand of coffee that we love. That we
What
seem
kind
to-
do you have?
So we drink Dunkin'.
Oh.
Smucker's Dunkin'.
We drink Dunkin'
Smucker's
coffee,
makes the
and when
Dunkin'
we're
we
on
drink.
vacation, the only time we deviated from Dunkin'
Now, I
was
will
in
tell you this,
Italy,
Nancy.
and we had to suck it up
We had
and
Massimo.
drink.
We had Massimo there, which is
did
one
we?
of my customers.
Okay.
But the people that make the stuff in the stores in this area are Massimo Zanetti. Massimo Zanetti supplies the coffee to Dunkin' Donuts. It's a recipe. It's how long you roast it. It's a certain bean,
Yeah.
but it
It's
does
like all
come.
that French roast from France.
It does come out slightly different from different roasters. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Smucker's is down south, somewhere in like the Louisiana area or something. I forget where it's at.
Lag behind on that. Sorry.
I should know because we ship stuff to them and all that.
But in Italy, we had like
We had
cappuccinos and-
Lavazza. We had Massimo Zanetti.
yeah.
I love Blue Mountain coffee from Jamaica.
Yeah. Where do you get that?
You can get anywhere. It's usually Jamaican blend, but if you have to order actual Blue Mountain coffee. You can order it. It's very expensive. When we were in Jamaica, like you get up at like, I don't know, fucking whenever the goddamn.
Did you go pick your own beans?
No, but there was a rooster that would wake us up. So the bar opened at like dawn. So we'd go to the bar and we'd keep walking. We'd go get breakfast upstairs. And they'd have like one of those giant coffee urns. It was like
Yeah.
We would empty that fucking thing. Like the people in the place would just look at us like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this?" But it was just like, oh my God.
So for me,
can't wait to get up tomorrow and have more of that coffee.
I took like 10 pounds of that shit home in
my favorite coffee is One Village.
Oh, that is really good.
That's my favorite coffee.
Yeah, where did we buy that before?
I know they sell it at Wegmans, but we used to get it at my work all the time because we used to do stuff for them, and it was like Christmas when they would brew that stuff up.
Yeah.
Everybody come running from their desks. Like it's got this killer flavor. So good.
Yeah, I'd love to open up
like
a new package of coffee for the first
expensive.
time, and you're just like, oh.
Like we opened the pack.
It smells so good.
We got me
love
this like hermetically sealed
coffee.
jar to put it in, so we can keep it in that.
I love that. I love the smell of
we have a
coffee.
Ninja coffee maker, so I can make the perfect cup every morning.
Oh, okay, good.
And I sit upstairs.
That is the way to start the day.
Trying to not make orgasm noises.
Yeah, I can't imagine not starting the day with coffee.
It sucks.
I know a lot of people don't drink coffee, so they don't understand that they go.
You're bad people.
Yeah, like.
And it's funny. Like
coffee.
I used to drink coffee occasionally, and I remember I mentioned one time when I was in high school, this girl I was dating, her mom's like, "Do you drink coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah." So then, from every time I went to her house, "You want some coffee? Want some coffee?" I was like, "No."
She wanted someone to drink coffee
one
with.
Time. But like Bree drank coffee when I met her. She'd always have coffee in the morning drink, and I started drinking it, and then it became like a crutch. Like I can't be home with her, but I have this.
Right.
Yeah. It made me feel like because I was at the time. I think when that kicked in, I was working for my dad, and everything sucked, and I was just like, "This is the only thing that's gonna keep me sane."
Yeah, our coffee's brewing before we open our eyes. As soon as we wake up, our coffee is ready, and we go pour it in.
I used to do that, but then it was like too much pressure to get up in time to get to it.
Oh no! Oh, ours is ready, and then by the time we were ready to walk out the door,
we're pretty regimented.
Yeah,
we're so routine.
I used to be that way, and then Caitlin stopped working it really early in the morning, and like whenever I get up, she gets up and comes downstairs and stuff. So it's like it messes me up because I used to get up at like the same time every day. My coffee would be ready, and I would sit there and like nobody's around. That doesn't happen anymore. Now it's just like. The minute I get downstairs, like, hey, oh, Jesus. Hi, honey.
Yeah.
It's not, I sound like a total dick, I know, and I'm sorry.
Doesn't last forever, Jim.
There's
Enjoy
nothing
it.
wrong with it. It was just like that one moment of like, Now it's like, 7 o'clock rolls around, and a fucking dog out there is barking. People are mowing their lawn.
Yeah. Or the crows crow,
I don't mind the birds so much because we have an understanding now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. They understand I don't like their noise, and they understand I have a pellet gun. So we're okay.
That's terrible. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like the other noises love the, And why the hell does Pugsley have like some fucking 1870s steam powered lawnmower now? Have you heard that thing?
No, but they were out earlier this weekend. I did hear that.
It's like
so last
steampunk.
night we were sitting in the living room, or was the night before?
Sunday. And
I was like, babe, look out the window. 2 deer with, antlers.
Those are ours.
They were in your backyard.
Yeah, they come every night.
They were in your backyard. They came across the street. We saw them come across the street. It wasn't even dark yet. And they then walked into our front yard briefly, went across Howard's driveway under his tree. His tree's gotten quite large, actually. Needs to be shaped up a little bit. But went under that, and then we walked outside to see them in his backyard underneath the trees by the fence.
Yeah.
And then because they heard us creaking on our deck, they looked up, looked in our direction, and took off running
That's weird because like,
behind your house.
because we go sit out back sometimes. Is that what the deer sound like?
No, I finally found the train.
Oh, okay.
I thought, Pugsley's mower.
Gotcha. But
Some things take time.
we're sitting out back and we're talking, and all of a sudden, like one of us turns around, and that buck and then little buck, it's like the one's really big, the one's, and they're just like 15 feet away, and we're like, oh hey, how's it going? They're like,
Yeah, we took a walk in the park.
they're cool. They're
Our regular like park
The loop.
loop.
Yep.
And they had run across the street in the neighborhood, and one ran into the park area and the other one sort of stayed. And I think it's the same ones. I think they've just gotten a little bit older in the last couple of weeks that we saw them. But it was so cool to see them just sort of casually like, hey, this is my neighborhood, and I'm just sort of walking through it.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
I mean, they just come up like Bree puts out bird seed and they eat it out of the backyard. Like,
Oh, okay.
So
They usually eat my hosta at some point in the season.
They've stayed away from our garden so far, but they eat the bird seed. You don't even notice, now you hear it.
Oh yeah.
You're like, what the? Oh, hey, buddy. And they look up and you're like, I was like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
They just keep eating. They don't care.
I have some mallards that visit the Maryland house, and the female wasn't with the male the other day, and I don't know if it's the same male and that the female, something happened and he's alone now, or if it's just a different one coming, and the couple that usually walk together are just, it's not them. So I was like, I have to get some corn for these ducks. My dad used to feed the deer, and they would come up onto the porch and wait for him to go ahead and put the
we're getting
feed
close
out.
to that. Yeah.
And then the ducks too would wait for him until he got home from the diner every morning for breakfast and be waiting for him. It's so funny how smart animals are and how routine they are, and they like have certain people.
They'll put up with you if you feed them.
So my dad also had a hummingbird, that he had a hummingbird feeder that he had sort of eye level where he would sit in his chair in the kitchen, and it would come and it would flutter almost like it was looking. And I was there when I witnessed this myself, where it would flutter. There was a sort of a green color one and a brown one, and they would look in the window to see if he was like basically acknowledging them.
Feed me.
But they wouldn't drink together. He said they won't go in and drink together. They will come together, but they won't sort of...
They'll wait their turn.
They'll wait. Like, they don't interact with each other. So it's pretty cool. And since he's been gone, I've only seen one of them one time, and they're not coming around anymore. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. It's like they were looking for him and he's not there, so they kind of moved on to some other house.
Tom Nally in the house.
Hey.
The world famous This is Tom's World, Tom Nally.
Yeah.
Tom, I'm going to be up in Levittown Friday night. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not too far a ride for you, I don't think. Just so you know.
Yeah.
And Saturday night, we're going to be playing with Claire. You know Claire very well. But
He knows Claire and I don't. That seems weird.
see that name?
Well, you'll have to come out and see Claire. I kind of wish now I didn't say anything.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So my Kia's reached its 70,000 mile mark.
Yeah.
He's concerned about it.
You brought
I
it
am
up.
concerned about it. It's making some suspension noise.
How, is your warranty over?
Yes.
Oh, I have a 15-year one on mine.
She didn't buy the extended warranty.
I didn't
did.
either.
So maybe I should just look up my warranty.
Check, because mine was 10, and then there was a recall, and they said, if you get this done, we'll extend it 5 more years. I'm like, okay.
We didn't have anything done.
I didn't have anything done,
No, but you should have.
but I'll look.
It's 10 years or
10,000,
100, but that's on the drivetrain. This is
right.
suspension, which ended, I think, at 60.
I think it's 60.
Oh.
So something's happening with the suspension, or something's happening with that. And then also when it happens only when my air conditioner kicks on, it makes a really like odd sound.
It's a bearing.
It's something is
Or a
happening.
mouse.
Could be a mouse stuck in a
Did I
bearing.
tell you I turned on my back lights and one went and cut out? And I just replaced the lights in the back. It was a mouse. I put lights on the back that had plugs in them so I could plug things in.
Yeah.
And they weren't completely flush with the back. So a mouse made a nest in there and touched the two contacts on the plug and fried itself and wrecked my goddamn light.
Oh.
So I had to replace both of them.
So I said to him this week, I said, I'm hearing a couple noises that I'm really not happy about. I'm due for an oil change and tire rotation. I'm 70,000 miles now.
How much you want to spend?
Maybe it's time for me to just go ahead and do the trade-in. And since I'm doing a different type, I'm not on the road doing project management anymore. I'm actually in the office doing operations. So I don't have to be on the road anymore. Not 30,000 miles a year. I'm only going to really be doing like
And that's what we were looking
12.
at last night.
The Mazda?
No.
So that's Kia. That's the G line.
The K5
The
GT.
K5 GT. And we went and actually walked a lot. And we did see it. It's a matte gray color with red interior. Like a maroon, like his color.
Yeah, see, it's very similar to my car.
It's a beautiful car. I
Internally.
don't know if I want to spend the money. I'm so cheap. Because my car's
dude,
almost paid off.
Bree's been doing that for like a decade now, and she still's got her car and like
Yeah, someday I'm trading the Mustang in.
yeah, well,
No.
but I mean, like she loves her car, but it's like she doesn't want to spend the money.
Yeah, so we saw this up close and personal. I'm also partial to white. I really love my white Kia. I love the way it looks. I really like it. I did like this a lot.
I like it in gray.
This is the car.
That's nice.
This is the car. And I'm considering it actually. I'm like, you know what? Let me just start over now. I won't be driving it as many miles. So
It's a very evil interior. I like it.
maybe I should just do it.
Same as my car.
Yeah, his car is the same.
I don't do white
interior.
cars anymore. I had one white car. My dad.
Yeah.
I'm not big. So this car in particular, I looked at it in white, and I was not impressed with it in white. I don't like it in white.
I didn't like white because I had a really cool ass white car. When my second car was really badass, my dad said, "Here, try this Teflon wax stuff I got. It'll, you put it on once and it'll last for a year." And it turned my car brown.
Oh no.
I noticed it, and then I went over to my dad's house, and he was using rubbing compound to take it off his car.
So he told you, and then he didn't
So I
like
had to
it
get my
on him.
car painted, and they ruined
Yeah.
it when they did that. So
Yeah. So, I love Kia. I'm on my 4th Kia. This would be my 5th Kia.
Look at the tuchus on this. Thing.
So I'm really considering just
it looks
doing
happy.
it.
It looks kind of like not happy. It looks content.
Yeah.
I like the dual exhaust.
And since I'm not driving as many miles per year, I think that, I definitely get good use out of this for a much longer period of time.
They're offering $750. You can't say that until after you cut the deal.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I have to.
That was like when I bought my Jeep Liberty.
They're gonna know as soon as I walk in because I still have my loan for this Kia.
They don't know anything. We have 7,000 cars.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
People keep coming by like, "Hey, those for sale." I'm like, "Fuck off! They're not selling them. Get out of here."
It's my band van, man.
Yeah. I just love it though because Kia makes a really great, it's sort of a burner car, right?
They're great.
Yeah.
There it is.
My
Nance.
car.
There it is in white.
The car.
I like it.
My Kia is a base model, and
But I do like the gray.
It's got more shit than I've ever had in any car ever.
Most things are standard.
But I mean,
And you're not paying subscriptions. You're not paying any of that.
Caitlin's pissed off because I have this little tiny thumb drive. I stick it in.
Yeah.
All the music I own is there, and she's so jealous.
The media.
And not only that, but I can walk around and talk about my Black Soul, and that pisses Brie off so much.
Yeah. I mean, I like it in white, but I think I like the gray better.
Don't let me influence you.
I know, but
Get in black.
No, I
No black
won't
cars.
do a black car.
Why not black cars?
I did have
Don't
a black
be,
Kia.
Don't be racist.
I had red. Okay, so I had red, black,
Black's the hardest color to maintain.
white. What was my other color?
Mine's okay.
Burgundy.
Right, but okay, burgundy was my first one. Then I had
You had a black pearl.
black.
Like the boat.
So I only had, this would be my fourth Kia then.
Correct.
Not 5. Okay. Yeah, so 4.
And you had a Ford pickup truck when I met you.
Yes, I loved my little Ranger.
See, I've had a blue car, light blue car, two-tone, blue, white, red, black. So one in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like
going to
black
have to
cars, they're
drive
stealthy.
it to really just know for sure.
Well, yeah,
but I
mean,
really
obviously
am.
you have to drive it. You don't know if you like the way the thing drives.
I really am considering just doing it.
I'm still amazed at mine. Like my Caitlin's friend, like she sees my car and she's like, oh yeah, fucking thing, and I'm like, fuck you, you fucking fuck. But
what do you care? You work from home.
I don't even care. But I mean, I like my car. It's nice. I mean, look. It's like I buy my shoes. I like them just ugly enough. You know, I can't get the car I want.
Listen, dude, you don't tell me about it. I have a Honda Element.
Yeah, it's like
it's the perfect car for
ugliest car
gigging.
there ever
it's
was.
like you can't love the one. You know, you can't be with the one you love. You love the one you're with, and that's the theme of this fucking show.
There it is.
Okay.
And you know, it's like I bought this thing because it was cheap. And I'm like, they were hamsters that drove it, you know, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
And you know, it wasn't a cube.
Right.
Remember those?
There's one around the corner.
There's
They have
still-
two of them
there's
now.
still-
I hate
out.
that fucking guy, just because he owns a cube. But
It's
You're
got two.
terrible.
I
He has
hate those
two now.
those windows, man. It's like that breaks, you're fucked. But I mean, I got the thing, and I was like, it's got more gadgets than I know what to do with.
Yeah,
I've
I don't
never had
even use all
anything.
the stuff it comes with.
Yeah, I mean, like
It's got a
I've never had anything
remote
that's
start built in. It's standard with Kia. There's so much standard equipment
Yeah.
that it's just amazing, and it's affordable to own. And I get 40 miles per gallon. How do you beat that? How do you beat? It's a commuter car.
Yeah.
A to B, get me where I need to go. It's never left me on the side of the
And
road.
now that I work from home, I think I fill up my tank like once every 3 months. Like
Right,
I'm
that's
more worried
awesome.
about the gas going bad.
So I don't know. I might have to go drive one soon.
We'll see.
Go drive it. See, because he can't even ride in my car. He rides in my car in an hour and he's broken. It's so uncomfortable.
Really?
But this has
There's
like
something going on with
lumbar
the seat.
adjustments and it's got, you know, all kinds of things. So now he'll be able to actually maybe drive it and
I'm used to
be comfortable
my
in it.
my daily driver has very comfortable seats.
See, I get used to driving in my
And
dad's truck where
my
it's like,
Mustang-
don't lean forward, you'll fall through the hole.
My Mustang feels like you're riding on pillows.
Yeah, the Mustang's
spoiled,
very
man.
comfortable.
The Element
It
Element
is.
is not comfortable, but for some reason doesn't bother me. I mean, I can drive that for long
We
distances.
used to have a pillow.
I used to have a pillow. I used to.
Oh my god.
Your body's gotten used to it, I guess.
I don't know.
You know what time it is?
It's that time, Jim.
What's that?
It's Florida Man time.
Oh, for that.
Man.
That.
Yeah, I love this. I love this Kia.
Yeah, I'm shocked you liked it. I thought it was going to be really bad.
No, it's awesome.
I mean, I'm not a fan, but
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can. Have a job, probably not. Why is that? He's a freak. Look out! Here comes a Florida man.
all right, shut up. All right. Okay, let me pull that up. Yeah, let me bring. There we go. So.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious me! Hang on a second. Let me shrink that down. All right. there we
All
go.
right.
So again, if you're just tuning in from Abu Dhabi, 5 of these are real and 1 of them is not. So first one is Florida officers injured in gunfight with man who said he was Jesus.
that happened.
Florida man busted feeding iguanas to alligator in jail zoo.
Oh,
Florida woman shows up naked to a neighbor's birthday party. Florida man arrested.
wait a minute.
What?
Does that count?
What? Which part?
Florida woman.
Yes. Florida woman shows up naked to a neighbor's birthday party.
I would.
I've been to one of those parties in Florida. Florida man
I
arrested
was at a
for
pool
assaulting
party
a
like
stuffed panda. Florida man punches man for complimenting his car. Florida man arrested after throwing spaghetti sauce at his mom.
Okay.
It took me a minute to remember which one of these is actually not real. And I say that with the caveat, as far as I know.
The stuff? See, there's more I need to know. I'm wondering if the stuffed panda was a person inside of it. Like,
I don't know.
I'm
there's
gonna
just
say
headlines.
3.
I'm assuming just like a thing you win at a carnival.
I know that 3 sounds like. I'm just gonna say 3. Because all of the other ones I could absolutely see.
I'll have to pick something different just to be different, so I'll go with the stuffed panda.
Okay.
Okay.
But Nancy's probably right as always.
All right.
I just don't want to be a coattail jumper.
So obviously, since it's Florida, anyone who says they're Jesus probably needs to be arrested. So that one's real. This one confused the hell out of me. I don't understand. Your car is great, and beats the shit out of him.
Don't look at it.
Well, or he didn't understand what the guy was saying, and he thought it was an insult instead of
See, now
something.
you're saying big words, and I'm just going to assume you're insulting me.
Right.
This one is real.
I figured that was.
And where's my cursor? Okay, this one's real.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! Look at us.
So who wins? Who wins?
I think I win.
Nope.
No.
Wow.
See, you win though. You win for fucked up reasons. You're like that guy who you can't beat at poker because you don't know how to fucking play. You get caught up in weird shit, and then you think it's
stuffed panda. Because he was thinking it was like one of those, like,
a panda,
you know,
or
those.
a panda ate too much. You get all hung up in weird fucking minutia.
About 25 years ago, my old job, they had a football pool, and I wasn't following football very much at that point, other than the Eagles. And all these guys, they're all like really into it, and he's got this guy on his team, and his stats are this, and they're all, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw the monkey card in. That was me, and I just randomly picked teams based on just something I was feeling that day, and based on previous childhood history of what I thought of those teams.
Yeah, the Browns are awesome.
I won the football pool.
Yeah,
And they were like,
They were like,
dude,
"What
you don't
the
even care about football.
I did that with a basketball thing, the Final Four thing. Like, March Madness came along, and everybody's like, "Come on, you got to do it." I'm like, "I basketball useless.
Gonzaga.
I just don't." And yeah, and they're like, "No, you got to." I don't want to. Fine, fuck. Here's $5, and I'm like, bang, bang, bang. And I was like, one person beat me. But I still won money in the whole thing, and they're like all pissed off, like, "I thought you didn't like basketball." I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I just did.
I remember one of the guys come up to me. He was like trying to
Can
test
you
me.
do that on a lottery ticket?
I tried. It doesn't work. I even tried using a Ouija board. It didn't work.
Can we just put a bunch of numbers in and then we'll just start drawing them out of a
you know
hat
what's
and then do your card?
What's fucked up is
We should do that.
When I was oh my God, when I was in high school, maybe like senior year or freshman year, I had to be senior year high school. My parents finally bought me a computer. So they bought me an Apple IIc. And if you nerds out there know
I
what that
remember
is,
that.
yeah, it's pretty sad. So I had that, and all they said was, "We'll buy this for you, but you need to make us something to pick lottery numbers," because there was no quick pick back then. So I wrote a program to do quick picks for pick 4, pick whatever. And they're like, "We don't know how to use a computer. You got to do it for us." I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I wrote a menu. Like I said, look, I'll leave the fucking disk in it. All you do is turn it on. A menu will pop up, and you hit the number and just follow the prompts. Like, it was so stupid. They won like $2,500 the first week.
Oh, so you set a high bar now.
Well, yeah, and then
Jim, you son of a bitch, we didn't lose.
yeah, and it was kind of like, hey, do I get a commission on that? And my dad's like,
I bought you a computer.
Yeah, I'm like,
I bought you a computer so you can do all this.
Yeah, okay, that's $600 computer. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, but yeah. So after that, I had to do quick picks for him. Then maybe like a year later, that quick pick thing came out. They're like, "What do we need you for?" I'm like, "Okay."
Right?
See?
We want you to pay us back for that computer. You owe us for that computer.
Why did you make money for this program? Sorry.
Right. Oh my God.
And then they raised his rent.
I mean, I can't believe, like, it's so, how far technology has come since we went to school.
Oh, it's
And we were
ridiculous.
doing DOS commands, for Christ's sake, on these huge monitors that were
Not in my high school.
Huge.
so,
But,
so heavy that two people had to pick it
yeah,
up.
it was
and-
like this big, and the
Right.
screen was
You
like
had to
that.
be in the
Right.
computer club or something to get
Oh, really?
that stuff in our school.
I remember we had Apple IICs. We got them senior year. There was like, I don't know, 4 of them. Somebody donated. And I remember walking in one day and I heard this.
Yeah, the printer.
Fuck is that?
Yeah.
No, somebody had porn on it. It was
Oh.
like, but it was like,
Oh.
it was like, you know, there was no graphics on those things. So it was almost done with like, you know, just keystrokes. It was so weird. Like, it was like cartoon porn.
Oh, okay.
It was like a sketch. It was like, it was awful. And
I
I'm
thought
like,
you were talking
like-
about the
and I'm looking at it like,
printer thing.
no, but I'm like, what is that? And the guy's like, it's porn. I'm like, you're a virgin, aren't you?
It's in the computer room, dude. Of course he
But
was.
no, I remember one time. I remember I was taking a class, a writing class, and we had to write a story, and the teacher's like, 10 pages,
10 pages.
10 pages, and swatty little girl that I am, I was like, can it be longer? I already had.
Can we do front and back?
I already had something already in the works, and I'm like.
Oh, you got stuffed in a locker.
Like this is something, like, not only that, like, it'll make me finish this fucking story I've been working on. So I turned in, like, basically, like, for like a regular novel, it's like a 150-page novel. So
Oh
I turned
my
in like a
God.
novella, and I had to print it on a fucking like dot matrix printer. That
Oh,
took me
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
day. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with it like an impact printer doing
Yeah.
that, and like every third page it would jam, and I have to
Yeah.
start it over. And just,
When I first started,
Excuse me.
my first, well, I shouldn't say my first professional job because I did start work when I was 14. But after graduating high school, I worked for the University of Delaware in their purchasing department. And I used to have to type. It wasn't on a manual. It was on one of the, I don't even know what they called that, the typewriter. You did have to put the form in the typewriter, but it was easy to type on it.
like an
But
electric
it had
typewriter?
3 forms that I had to then, once I typed everything up, the white form went to so-and-so for a signature. The yellow
Yeah.
one got filed away here, and the other one got sent interdepartmental mail to the next department or whatever. It's like, we've come so far in technology.
I used to work at Villanova my senior year. Like, for the last 3 semesters I was there. I was a bartender before that, but my boss didn't like me, and I would come into work. She'd be like, you can go home. So I was like, all right, I'm just not coming back. So I got a job at the university, which was
And
nice.
that's what she wanted.
Well, but it was nice because at the university, I like, I had to buy all my books and stuff. Like, my dad's like, wouldn't fill out the forms for financial aid or anything like that, or scholarship stuff. So, like, my guidance counselor's like ripping his hair out, like, you qualify for all. I'm like, you won't fill the fucking forms out. What am I going to do? So, so he paid for that, but I had to pay for everything else. So being poor, that was tough. So I worked for Villanova, and I got a discount, and I got to eat in the teacher's lounge, which was really gross. But my main job was tearing printouts off an impact printer. So it's like I would sit there all day and night whenever I had to work for hours, and people were like, "I just printed something. Can you print it?" No.
Yeah, and then you had to tear off
The
the
edges.
sides.
Yeah.
The edges all had to be.
It
And
was-
kids today wouldn't even know what we're talking
No,
about.
and
They'd
I-
be like, I don't even know
And
what
I
you're
remember
talking about.
Every once in a while, I get thrown in the micro lab, which was like stuff I didn't know because it was all like IBM PCs and a couple of Apples. And people would come in and they had a couple of Apple IIs, like just old ass Apple IIs, and then they had one Apple IIe. Now, if you're a nerd, you know where I'm going with this. If you're a normal person, you have no fucking idea what I'm about to talk about. But Apple IIes only had uppercase characters. So if you put your disc in and you had worked on any other fucking Apple computer, it wouldn't work there because it didn't understand lowercase characters.
Oh, no shit.
So you'd have to sit there and convert shit and retype everything, get into uppercase, and people used to get so pissed.
That's crazy.
Or they would come in, and I remember this was the funniest thing. Some dude back in the old steroid days, it was like, the guy must have been like 7 feet tall, weighed like 400 pounds. He was like a football player. And he came up to me, and I was like doing something that, probably like, just chatting away with other people. And he came up, and I was like, the shadow descended upon me. I'm like, the fuck? And I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, I need some help. What's up, man? I can't get my term paper back. Like, huh? What are you doing? And he's like, he basically typed his term paper into an Apple with no floppy disk at all, and then he kicked the plug out. Lost it.
Oh my gosh.
And he'd been there for like 5 hours, like it was due tomorrow.
Oh.
And it was like back in the day when you and I used to do it.
Oh no, I remember
did no research, no
doing
draft,
a lot of work for a long period of time and then losing it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And this guy, I was like, oh, you're fucked. Why did I just say that? He was just like, what? I don't know what to tell you, man.
I'm sorry.
Because I
I hate to tell you, but you got to start over.
I remember I was in there for 6 hours at home, like all day. I was at my house. And I didn't have school that day, so I'm sitting at home and I'm working on this project. 6 fucking hours. And I just about had this programming assignment done. And I'm running in, I'm debugging it, and all of a sudden, everything goes to shit on screen. I'm like,
Yeah.
no! What the fuck? And then I hear, Jim! What the fuck is wrong with the phone?
Oh, no.
My dad just picks up the phone, and it's like, like doing all that modem-y shit. And he just starts dialing over and over and over.
Oh no.
And completely destroyed what I worked on.
Oh.
And it was like, and I had saved it. I'm not an idiot, but like, it was like in this weird state where because he disconnected me, it lost all the save.
Oh,
I was
no.
fucked. I had to go in, and I went up to the guys that ran the place, and I was like, hey, you remember me? I'm the guy that was like pulling at his ass when I came out of the bathroom last week. You laughed at me. Yeah. Hey, so I just did this, and can I get it back? And he's like, no.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, Villanova was tough because I remember one time I had something due, and it was done. It was done, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go in that morning and I'll print it. So I go in, I log in the machine, and it's like everything's all fucked up, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, that doesn't look right. And I get this message like, if you're on cluster disk 1, you are now on cluster disk 2. Cluster disk 1 crashed. Shit. And I'm looking at stuff, all my stuff's gone. So I go again to the guy. Hey, guy picked it. Yeah. What happened? He's like, the disk crashed. I'm like, can you? He goes, no, you don't understand. The mounts broke and it fell to the floor. The disk is gone. The hard drive is gone.
Oh my gosh.
And I went to my teacher and I'm like, and I told him that, and then I said, the hard drive is gone. I'm like, Scott Luther told me this. And he's like, all right, you can turn it in tomorrow.
Yeah, but still, you had to redo it.
Everything. It was like a 6-week assignment. I had to do it overnight.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I remember those days of floppy disks, and then
This wasn't even that. This was a mainframe. But it was like the mainframe got
DVD,
jacked.
CD, writable CD. Oh, you got to format the disc
Yeah.
first before you can record to it or whatever.
People look like they didn't understand what a floppy disk was. I remember I was dating somebody. She was going to Europe for.
She thought you were talking about your wiener.
And I said, no, I said, like, well,
My
hey,
floppy disk is not
my
formatted.
floppy is
No,
flopping.
I just said, like, get an email address and then, we can write each other back and forth. She's like, what's email? I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Someday we'll be old and this will be
Somebody
really
said-
embarrassing.
Somebody said MySpace in our meeting, in the office meeting last week. Someone says, oh yeah, like my MySpace. And I was like, that is not a thing anymore. Is
It is. It's still there.
Is
It's-
MySpace still?
it's
You can
there.
still log into MySpace.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there.
I never had MySpace, so
I
I did.
don't
I'm glad
know.
mine's gone. It was really
That was how we launched the band.
It's still
Yeah.
a big thing for bands. They have MySpace pages because it's easy to modify them.
Yeah.
So instead of saying like you guys, your band page is on Facebook, you could put on Facebook the link to MySpace and have a completely custom page. And it looks a lot cooler. And it's easy to fix and modify. And you could put like dates and gigs and pictures and stuff. So yeah, a lot of bands use it now.
That's cool.
Yep.
So it's coming back around?
No,
It's not coming back around. It's just,
Yeah.
it's there.
It's just
But it's one of those things I can see, like, you get on some, like, 22-year-old kid goes down to Screwballs and sees Old School and they're like, wow, you guys have a web page? Yeah, it's at myspace.com. Never mind.
It's bad enough for dude. Kids don't use Facebook anymore.
No, they use Twitch.
No, because as soon as I told my kids I was on Facebook, so I could see
They're like,
what
"Oh,
they're
no!"
doing,
Mom.
they moved on to something else.
Mom, don't tell people that. We're
Yeah.
embarrassed. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's like, Kat gets into Facebook once in a while. She's like, I get it, but it's for old people. I'm like, everyone
That's
I
what
know
I
is
hear.
old, okay? What do you want me to do? That's where they all are.
So it's for our generation, I
yeah,
guess.
what the fuck do I don't want to be on.
So it's for our generation and the boomer generation.
Oh, fucking, I hate that. I know one of these days somebody's going to say whatever boomer, and I'm going to go to jail for murder.
Right.
Don't you ever fucking call
But
me
we're
a boomer.
not boomers.
But they're fucking
Our
stupid.
parents
They
are
like
the
saying
boomers.
that.
They like saying it.
Yeah.
For them, it's like old people. It's like,
I don't care.
you know why I don't like boomers? Because the
I don't
boomers
care.
fucked
I
me.
like it. Let's just.
Well, it's
say
that time when
whatever.
we have 3 minutes.
We do have 3
left.
only minutes. So what's
So
happening?
get them in there.
Yeah.
What? What are we getting in?
What are we doing?
What are you
What are we
promoting,
doing?
Jim? You
Oh,
promoting?
well, the cat call's on in about
There
3
we
minutes.
go.
A scene in 2 minutes
So,
and 30
yeah,
seconds?
something like that. So go to MoncoRadio.com, look for the cat call, and listen to my daughter Kat do her radio show. It's pretty badass.
I got nothing.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't really do anything.
You know you don't.
No, I just follow you around.
And you do work. You work.
I work.
Your
That's
work,
what
but
I do.
There's
She
nothing
works
to
my
promote.
life.
There's
She
no
supports-
Works
promotion.
my life. I
She
love it.
She
I
supports
love
you,
my
you
work.
band whore.
Yeah.
Well, I have, as I stated earlier in the evening, I have 2 shows this weekend. Friday night will be old school, that is. We'll be at the 5-4 in Levittown. We'll have Terry Downing and Bob Chavis on vocals.
Woohoo.
And then Saturday, old school is going to roar into Percy at Free Will Brewing.
Yeah.
And we will have Claire from Breaker
Remember,
with
get your
Bob.
get your noodles
7 to
early.
10. There's no guarantee on what truck will be there. It's truck du jour. And then following that, the July 4th weekend, we will be at Bello Brew in Perkiomenville. So if you want to see us there, you can come see us there. We'll also have Claire that night as well. I don't know. Maybe Terry will come up to that show. I don't know. She's probably busy that weekend. But, yeah. And then July 12th, Instinct will be at the Water Tower on a triple bill. So if you want to see Instinct, my original band with Terry and Russ and Dean, you can come see us. We'll be at the Water Tower. I have no idea what slot we're in, what time we're going on. I know nothing.
Just go for
And
the
that's just
drink,
fine.
stay for
I'm
the bowling.
I'll be there all night, so who cares? It's a short drive. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I hope you are too. Sunday is the day of rest.
Yes,
Is
it
it?
is. Always Sunday.
Holy shit, it's still light outside.
There's still
Yeah.
some blue in the
Yeah,
sky.
see, you could walk down to the end of the street and back. Maybe we can see
Right.
our deer friend.
You
Our
won't
dear
get
friend
murdered
deer.
by 14-year-olds.
No, nobody bothers us. My daughter and I did the loop together, and there were 15 kids on bikes in the park, and not one of them said a word to us.
I fixed them.
Not one.
They wave at me now.
Did they?
They're nice to me. Did you hear about the
They were very nice to us.
did you hear
too.
about the 12, 13, 11, 12, and 13-year-old kids that jacked an old couple at Wawa?
At King of Prussia Wawa? Oh, that's a shame.
Punched the old man in the neck when he was like, leave my wife alone. Tried to drag her out of the car.
Oh my
At the pumps.
gosh.
Yeah. 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note, let's
Fun,
sign
fun.
out for this sunny week that we've had. Stay
Yes.
cool.
Oh,
Stay
please.
cool, baby.
It'll end tomorrow. I think it's supposed to like do something
Yeah.
horrific and bring an end to this horror. So, all right, we'll be back at 7:30 next week. So
See you next week.
See
be
you
there.
then.
All right.